This thought of mine comes from a post, a response from ProSocial Future. It's a video that he's taken down recently, but I was trying to cheer him up. That was, just letting people know, look, you go to his YouTube channel, you like what you like, click like, share it on social media, and do other things. And I also put in there that I don't do that for TYT and Secular Talk because they got plenty of people. Now, on mine, you will see some likes because it has to be very deep, something that really sings to me for me to just like it. It has to really sing. Because in the past, I would just click like on everything. But in response to that, he says, sorry, but YouTube is not the greatest thing there has ever been, though it clearly doesn't help matters. I was trying to figure that out. Like, where's he coming from? What's going on? My co-host she was like, I think he's responding to someone else. And I went to go click on it. And that's when the video was taken down. It was just a 3-second clip of a sad face, a really sad face, make you want to go hug the guy. But I thought about that, and I've done probably 3 other videos on YouTube. But yeah, him feeling down about this, he should. He should feel down. He should feel depressed, terrible. He should be pissed off. He should be kicking the neighbor's cat. You don't want to kick your own cat. You kick the neighbor's cat. Something. Just throw stuff around. Go into this. I don't know if they still got them, but you could just a place you go and just break stuff up and just get out your rage. Things like that. He should be pissed off. He should be screaming at the top of his lungs about stuff because YouTube was the solution to a country where jobs were outsourced. I mean, millions and millions of jobs over the past, I think, about 25 years has been outsourced. And I mean millions of jobs. And they say jobs, we're not talking about the businesses. We're talking about the individuals. So if a place called Wackadoodle Noodles hires like 300 people, and then they ship those jobs overseas to manufacture noodles there and ship back here, then that company has outsourced 300 jobs. Each person that fills a spot is considered a job. So when you have a country where the poverty like you have no job, almost matches the same as the middle class, and both are heavily outpaced by the retail class. Because let's not sugarcoat it. Let's not BS it. It's not the working class. It's not the low income. It's the retail class. Let's call that what it is. Because all that's left is retail management positions, CEOs, and owners. That's pretty much it when it comes to America, aside from if you want job specifics in the medical fields and whatnot. But even then, in the medical fields, you got your grunt workers, your supervisors, managers, leads, CEOs, and owners. It's the same thing no matter where you go. But when you have this kind of economy, YouTube was a savior. You could go to YouTube and hope to get subscribers. And people were like, oh man, my subscriber count was this. And then you hope to get views. And then people started, it's like capitalism. It's greed. It's in all of us. You went from, hey, this is a nice kitten. Or look at this, this stunt I caught on film. Or look at me, I learned how to do a backflip. Or, hey, you see this in slow motion. Or you see this sped up. Or this time lapse. Or the picture of my backyard during the hurricane. You go from that to, I want the views. Give me the views. So then you got people doing stupid stuff like chav stuff. And chav is CHAV. That's short for counsel, housed, and violent, meaning your ass been told so and you refuse to act accordingly. So you got these chavs who will put a moped and speed it up on a merry-go-round at a playground and sling people, like 50 to 60 feet away and injuring them. Or when they trip up and slam breaking their ribs and hips on the bars. This thing is traveling at 50 to 100 miles an hour quickly. Stuff like that. Pranks where people almost dive out of windows trying to save someone that didn't jump out. It's just a great illusion. pranks where someone has a deep-seated fear of being buried, and then they, and he's passed out drunk or something. They have him wake up in a cardboard box, making him think that he's in a casket or something. Pranks like that go too far, that they did for views, when they cause damage and harm to others just for views, which is no different than this country, how politicians will do anything to hurt you for that money. It's systemic. Greed and being a chav is clearly systemic. And ProSocial Future has a reason to be pissed, because now YouTube says you can make that money if. And we don't know what those ifs are, because some, I've found out, I thought 100% of everyone was hit. Oh no. I checked out Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud and his What the Fit. His channel's not hit. That channel is not hit. There's obviously some guidelines and regulations or something he's going through with YouTube. His channel's not hit, but others are hit. The mass majority of us are hit. So YouTube is obviously ushering in a new structure, and it will take hold. And everyone who is able to make a living can no longer make a living unless they find out what that if thing is. And people like Conquering Thought, We Deserve Better, ProSocial Future, someone I just subscribed to, I cannot pronounce his at all. It's just something. And people like me, we aren't going to make any decent or good money, because it's not that. We don't have that if factor. We don't. And when you have the potential, you can see the potential there, and then YouTube snuffs the potential away. And then you get others that will foolishly say, and it'll enrage you when they say, you ought to try harder. Yeah. So this is just my example of how YouTube is pretty much just like the rest of the greedy society that we honestly support and back and can't wait to get rid of, although we strive hard to be at the top game of it. So that's the crazy world we live in. I think it's time that we start being sane. What about you? This is Cedric Kennedy for Comparative Reasoning. Thank you for listening.